How would you describe wrestling as someone who hasn't seen it before?
Phew. It is.
I would say wrestling to the average person is like,
The best way to describe it is soap opera with a bit of violence. My name's Robert Chapman, and I'm a local professional wrestler who goes by the name of Bobby Diamond. Bobby is the glitz and the glam and the strongest parts of myself. A lot of it is my personality. It is just turned up. Most good wrestlers will promise you that you will be entertained. It's a story that everybody can understand. A good individual and a bad individual, a hero and a villain, fighting each other to see who comes out on top.
of course Bobby would say that. I'm Ryan. I'm a professional wrestler from Belfast. Pretty Big Deal is like the personification of like everything Ryan hides from. Ryan's like super shy, where Pretty Big Deal's like a bit of a bitch. Like, she's not afraid to like show out and show off. At first I didn't feel accepted in wrestling. I kind of felt like, oh, maybe this isn't for me, maybe this is a man's world, maybe this is... But then I found Bobby and I was like, oh, there's other queer wrestlers, there's people like me, there's a space for us.
I don't want to sit here and take full credit, but when I first started, there was no openly gay wrestlers.
Me and Bobby kind of carved out a space in wrestling in Northern Ireland for queer people.
Well, I think we can hopefully talk about the match here coming up in April. You know, should everything go to plan.
On April 13th, me and Bobby are going into a street fight, which will be the culmination of a 3-year feud.
And we could do something that hasn't been done before. This is what everything I've ever done has been building towards.
Training is important for wrestlers because it's very, very dangerous. A lot of moves are an inch the wrong way and it's catastrophic.
I think being a wrestler is one of the hardest things you'll ever do. In October 2023, I was in a match and I hit a move and my knee completely shattered and dislocated. And they just had to call the match off there and then. And like, you know, there's hundreds of people sitting watching you. You're told you're never gonna wrestle again. Like, that's you done. It's one of the hardest things I've been to, but also like one of the best things I've been to, because it proved to me how much wrestling means to me. Because when I was told I'd never do it again, I was like, no, you're wrong. Like, I'm gonna show you you're wrong because I'm gonna come back and do this.
Bobby has gone from strength to strength since he started training. He always played the bad guy, the heel character, and he was so good that he just naturally became a good guy. Ryan is probably the most improved that I have seen from start until now. When she started, she was a shell of herself.
Ryan will bring a level of drama and bitchiness with her character that we need in the women's division. She is so entertaining. I would love to see us be able to work with so many different shapes and sizes of women. The fact that we get to bring her to the women's division is absolutely wonderful.
It's the only women's division in Northern Ireland, and I'm really proud of it. I'm happy for whatever Ryan wants to do. You know, we had the conversation, you know, and I asked Ryan, what do you want to do? And she was like, I'm a woman, I want to be in the women's division. I was like, okay, well, let's do this story with Bobby, and then we'll put you in the women's division.
When I first started wrestling, I was struggling with my gender identity, and I was like going through the idea of being trans, and I was like, I don't know who I am. When I debuted, they were like, well, who do you want to be? And I was like, I don't know, like I want to be me. I come out to everyone as trans, and at the last show I come out to she, her, and like wrestling really helped me find who I was.
I was pretty much bullied throughout my entire time in wrestling, especially in the early years. I would get called the F slur openly. Wouldn't be allowed to change with a man because I wasn't a real man. You know, a lot of the time I went to the girls for support or comfort. I didn't get consistently booked for 5 years because solely for the fact of I was playing a drag queen and that I was gay. I think that this storyline and hopefully this match is the pinnacle for me and for her too, so that we can both have no regrets and look back and be like, yeah, we did that. We did that.
Everybody's kind of pumped, they're ready, everything's figured out. I'm on first, so I think I'm probably the most anxious right now.
It's gonna be enormous! It's gonna be massive! It's gonna be Titanic!
I grew up with the fascination of strong female characters.
We're gonna let this capture grab. We're gonna take a real quick little break after an interval. Because there's a solution. Capture grab.
So, Ryan, unfortunately, got injured. She tore her meniscus in her knee. My best friend getting hurt is devastating. And the fact that she has struggled with knee injuries in the past. And I do know this match meant the world to Ryan as it did me. But it's wrestling and it's just something you have to roll with.
Welcome to the ring. Pretty big deal!
I was supposed to be in the ring today facing Bobby Diamond. I sustained a torn meniscus and I'm gonna have to take some time away. I just want to apologize to the fans, but most importantly I want to apologize to Bobby. So if Bobby can come out and
Neither of us have ever had someone in our lives like each other. A member of the community who's been through 99% of the same stuff. So to find that it literally was like finding your other half. I also want to be able to thank her. Thank you for being my best friend.
I just hope to leave behind a space for trans kids to have a space in wrestling, like just a little bit of hope of like they can do it because I did it. There's a saying in wrestling that you always hit your friends harder. An instant switch of, time to put on a performance.